Alright, let's talk about it, guys. So, you probably heard that Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard. Um, I kind of just wanted to give my opinion on what I think this means for the console war moving forward, what I think Microsoft has in mind, and whatnot. So, in my opinion, Microsoft is going for the long term game. And what I mean by that is streaming. Obviously, we've seen that Microsoft has not been shy in acquiring companies, especially gaming studios. I know for Microsoft fans, it's probably very exciting. I think one of the biggest reasons they're doing this is because of the Game Pass. They want to put a bunch of stuff to the Game Pass because they think that streaming video games is the future. I kind of agree that video game streaming is the future. I think they care more about their Game Pass than anything right now, even more than the Xbox. Though I do think this will play a long-term role in the console war as well. With that being said, as we know, PlayStation 4 blew it out of the water last generation, pretty much killed it the whole way through. Microsoft, Xbox, they didn't really have an answer much for anything. Um, even the previous gen, like the 360, it had a strong start. It was actually killing the PS3 at first, but as we saw in the later half, Sony got together and they won out in the end. But I think we could see that same situation happen with the Xbox and PlayStation this gen. PS5 is a little bit stronger than the Xbox right now with sales and whatnot, but I think with all these studios getting acquired, I think if they use this to make more exclusives, which I'm sure they will. I know they put a lot of games on PC, and occasionally they do. Microsoft is a little strange. They sometimes will make a game and put it out on all platforms. I think there's a couple titles they've done this with. I can't think of what they are on the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they've done that with at least a couple titles so far. But anyway, I'm pretty sure they're going to use this to their advantage in the console war. But I do not think the console war is their long-term game plan. I think it's the Game Pass. They want to put as many games as possible in the Game Pass because they're trying to get a head start in that industry and such. And I'm kind of I don't like. I get what they're doing from a business aspect. You know, if you're an investor in Microsoft, this is very exciting news. And honestly, what's his name? Sasha, I believe his name is. I can't remember his name top of my head, but the dude has done. He's proven that he can hang with some of the best in big tech when it comes to CEOs and such. He's done a phenomenal job from what I've seen at Microsoft. I don't personally invest in Microsoft, but from what I've seen, I can see why people would invest in Microsoft with this dude at the helm. This dude seems like he really knows what he's doing. But anyway, I don't like monopolies. I like competition. I don't like all these studios losing their independence. I don't really like that. I get it because they get all this crazy funding, but they lose their independence. They're not partnered anymore. They are owned. They are at the mercy of Microsoft. I mean, now the guy who's in charge of a lot of the gaming stuff over there at Microsoft, I can't remember his name either, honestly, but I've heard some good stuff about him. He seems to be pretty passionate about gaming, which is a good sign for now. But I mean, he could get replaced one day. He's not going to be there forever, and it could some corporate douchebag could come in and change a lot of stuff. And I mean, well, you know how corporations are. I mean, look at EA and well, Activision Blizzard. Actually, they prime example of corporate corruption. Um, Bobby, the guy who was the head of Activision, he will be leaving soon, thankfully. Hopefully, a lot of other problems get sorted out. Speaking of which, if you're an investor in Activision Blizzard and you start shorting this stock and this deal goes through, sorry, bro. I mean, you just lost out on the money. I mean, that's why I'm personally not a fan of like shorting stocks because, as we've seen in history of the stock market, if you're an investor like I am, yeah, you get downtrends, and some companies do go under. I'm not saying that shorting is completely. I'm not saying it's stupid or anything like that, but I think you're really rolling the dice a lot more than you would be if you're an individual stock picker for like long-term growth. generally speaking. But anyway, I'm not a fan of the monopolies. Well, I'm not a fan of monopolies, but I'm very hesitant and uncomfortable with what Microsoft is doing for the future. I mean, they're not shy about acquiring anyone and anything they want. Like I said, if you're an investor, exciting news. If you're a gamer and you like to see free market competition, like I do, for me personally, it makes me a little nervous. But who knows? I mean, I can't buy everybody, I guess. Hopefully not, at least. But anyway, but that's just my opinion. That's just my quick thoughts on the whole thing. I know they've mentioned in a news article they talked about the metaverse. I think the metaverse and NFTs will play a big role in 2022 for the investor. I think it's something to definitely look at. Which I think if you're an investor, you probably or have at least given some thought into investing into either companies that are involved in the metaverse in some way or NFTs in some way, like crypto or something. You if you're not already into it, you probably have at least thought about it. You probably at least like, well, I'll invest in this. I don't know. But anyway, personally, I'm looking into it myself. I still don't fully understand the whole metaverse thing, and there's so many. And then you talk about gaming crypto. I think gaming crypto does have tremendous opportunity, but there's so many, like, it's so young and infant. It's kind of hard to find what's real and what's BS, basically. Just being honest. But yeah, this is my thoughts on all this. Just a quick little video giving my thoughts and opinions on it. But that's all I gotta say, guys.